It's our fortune to come together today in the vibrations of a temple. There's so much difference in being in an auditorium, in being in a hotel, in a hall, and to be together in the vibrations of a temple. Does it make a difference? Yes? Does that make a difference? Vibrations makes a difference? Yes? In Hindi there is a saying, Ghar ek mandir. Our home should be a temple. And for the home to be a temple, the people living in the house would have to be like? For the home to be a temple, the people living in that house would be like? So just take a minute of silence and let's just meditate on this. My house. Look at your home. You can take this minute to go home. Feel the energy of this hall, which is in a temple. And then go home. Just sit there for some time. Not just looking at everything that's there in that house, but feeling the energy of the house. Feel the energy of this hall. Feel the energy of home. And gently ask yourself, if I want to create this same vibration, this same energy at home, the place where I live, the place where children are nurtured and nourished, what is that one shift I would need to create there so that I can manage to have the same vibrations there at home? Be very specific. Check the energy of the house. Feel the vibration of the house. What are the emotions that are created in that house on a daily basis? And which energy would we need to clean? Which energy would we need to release? What shift do I need to create to make my home just like this divine, pure, powerful vibration? Where we would not just be living, but we would experience divinity, purity. Where we would experience being energized every single day. where I may return home after a long day at work. Just visualize entering into the house after a long day at work. Some things went my way, some things did not. Sometimes I was calm, sometimes I was stressed, sometimes I was agitated. Lot of energies I have created during the day. And when I enter home, what does that vibration do to me? Home is not the size of the rooms. Homes is not the comfort of the furniture. Home is not the beauty of the artifacts. Home is the energy, the vibration. Om Shanti. So how many were able to go home? You were able to go home? Good. And how many of you were able to feel the vibration of, first of all, you feel the vibration of this room? Yes? What is the vibration of this room? What is the vibration of this room which is different from my room at home? What's the energy? It's calm, it's peaceful. What else? Divine. This is also just a brick and mortar structure with simple chairs and same people. Now go home, another brick and mortar structure, bigger and better chairs and sofa. These are simple plastic chairs. Those are expensive, comfortable sofas. Same people. Who is creating the vibration of this room? Not the brick and mortar, not the chair. Who creates the vibrations of a place? It's the people. But the people in this room and the people at home are going to be the same. They are the same people. It's not that there's a different set of people here and a different set of people there. And yet, the same people are creating a different energy here and a different energy there. So what can we do to create this same energy at home? Would you want to create the same energy at home? Yes? Why? What would it benefit? How would it benefit you to have the same energy at home? Happy. We won't have to leave the house and go for a holiday to feel happy. People will leave their homes and come to your house to feel happy. And the feeling of happiness would not depend on what you cook for them. The feeling of happiness would depend on how you cook what you cook for them. The feeling of happiness would not depend on what you gift them. The feeling of happiness would depend on the vibration and the blessings you give to them. So do we want to create a home with the same vibration? It's going to make us feel happy. Anything else? What is this kind of a home going to do to us? Anybody? Ji? Hanji? No stress. So happy. Anything else? Peace of mind. When we are disturbed or agitated, or there's some problem on the mind, or there's some question which is not getting answered, or there is some confusion, I need to take a decision. And sometimes we say, Chalo mandir chalte hain. ठीक है? Let's go to the temple. With all the clutter on my mind, with all my confusion and my doubts and my fears and my stress, I said, let's go to the temple. Okay? Now, I'm the same person. I'm carrying all that baggage here. And I drive and I come to the temple. At the doorstep, I first remove my shoes. Why do we remove our shoes at the doorstep of a temple? Why can't we just walk in with the shoes? Why can't we walk in with the shoes to the temple? Because then we are going to learn what we have to do at home. So we first remove our shoes. So removing our shoes, and in some temples, if you see, we don't just remove our shoes, we remove our belt, we remove our wallet. So basically, we have to remove everything that's related to leather. Chamdi, leather. And the meaning behind that is, when I remove that leather outside, the chamdi, I'm actually removing my body consciousness outside before entering into the temple. This body is made of chamdi, na? Ye chamdi hai na? Mitti ka sharir. Made of dust will finish in dust. So there is two ways of living. One is living through this consciousness of this body. I am this role, I am in this position, I am this relationship, I am this age, I am elder to you, you are younger to me. Lot of labels. But when we go to the temple, we first remove that outside. Then what do we do? Second thing, we first remove the shoes outside and then we do this. Right? Karo ek baar. क्या करते हैं? We do this. Now what is this? What are we doing here? So I first remove the footwear outside, the leather, and then I apply the tilak and I do this. Which means then I remind myself, I'm not this body and role and relationship, I am a soul. So applying the tilak here is actually just a reminder that I am a pure, peaceful, divine soul. Unless I remove my body consciousness, which means I rise above my egos and roles and positions and body consciousness, and unless I remember I am a pure, divine, powerful soul, I will not be able to connect to the Supreme Soul. I will not. And that is why before getting into the temple, these two things are done. Remove your body consciousness, remember I am a soul, and then we enter into the temple. Then what do we do once we come into the temple? What do? We bow down. So what is bowing down doing? What is bowing down doing? What are we doing? In spite of removing the shoes, if there's any ego left, bend, jhuko, bend. So in relationships, what do we need to do? Bend. But over there, like, why should I? Why should I? So we're going to see every step, what's the difference in the vibration here, difference in the vibration home. Here we come and bend. Then what do? Then everything that we eat and drink in the temple is prasad. So if from tonight and tomorrow we start eating only prasad and drinking amrit at home, energy of the room changed. Everybody's mind went like, which means not to eat this, not to drink that, not to do that. Not to eat that, not to drink that. If you want to create divine vibrations, you want to create divine energy, you want to create peace and power, it has to be prasad and amrit. It has to be. Because as will be the food, so will be the mind. As will be the water, so will be the words. Jaisa an, vaisa man. Aage? Jaisa pani, vaisi vani. So if my food is a different vibration, if my water is bitter, you know now what is bitter water? Then it cannot be pure, divine, powerful vibrations. Then what else do we do in a temple? What else do we do in a temple? What else do we do in a temple? We pray. We pray. We sit for some time in silence. We study the scriptures. We churn. We internalize. We reflect on it. And very soon that stress and that clutter and that confusion that I had carried with myself when I entered the temple is all gone. And if I am carrying any doubt or a question, the serenity and the peace and the power of that place will suddenly give me the answer. Not that the place is giving me the answer, but the place is silencing the noise inside for me to experience my intuition, and I will say, oh, this is what I have to do. This is what I have to do. So suppose we have our home with that same vibration, and you enter the home with the day's energy, and you just enter the house, and the vibration of the house gives stillness to the mind, and everything is cleaned and cleansed, and we are absolutely pure, powerful. And what will it do to the children at home? If you create that as the vibrations of your house, what will it do to the children in that family? क्या करेगा? What will it do to the children in the family? It will empower them. It will energize them. How many of you believe that children need empowerment today? How are we going to give it to them? How are we going to give it to them? If there's one thing that money cannot buy, it's power. That power, this power. It can buy power of role and position. But what money cannot buy is this power. I have seen many parents who have everything that money can buy. But when their child is going through something, and their child is going through fear or anxiety or something more than that, it's the most helpless feeling for a parent. The most difficult feeling for a parent to be able to buy everything that money can buy, but to not be able to give the child at that time what the child needs. Because what does the child need? The child needs power, but I cannot buy power from anywhere. No contacts that I have in the country and the world can give me that power right now. No amount of wealth that I have can give me that power right now. And so life suddenly feels very futile, that what have I earned all this life? I'm not being able to help my child. So how do we give them that power? How will we give them that power? Yes? It's not to avoid, just look at them and say, how have you become? What are you doing? Why are you feeling? It's not about them. We haven't given them that vibration and that energy. We were busy giving them bigger homes, comfortable homes, and everything that money could buy, because we thought when we give them everything that money can buy, they will be happy. Didn't we think that? When we give them everything that money can buy, they will be happy. So we gave them everything that money can buy, which is fine, it's important. We made their life comfortable. But life is not just about physical comfort, life is about emotional power. Do they have that strength? Do they have that power? That today, if there is a crisis in their life, will they be able to face it with ease and dignity? Have I given them that power? If I have not, how are they supposed to create it and earn it for themselves? So how do we give them that power? How do we give them that power? We will have to create it. We will have to create it. And if we don't give it now, we probably cross the stage where it's even possible. Yes. Every issue that a child is going through today, every issue, fundamental issue of peer pressure, addiction, relationships, rejection, maybe depression, every issue needs only one answer, and that answer is inner power. Inner power. Because in the last couple of decades, we have focused on power of money. We have focused on power of money. And we have forgotten to focus on the power of the soul, the spirit, the energy. How many of you, while you were growing up, you had to listen to a lot of no's from your parents? Please raise your hand. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't go there, you can't go there, you won't get this, you won't get that, you will get this next year, you will get this when you're 15, you will get this on Diwali. How many of us grew up like that? And we weren't very happy, no, that time when they were saying all that, like what? And we said, we've had very strict parents, I have. And so when you became a parent, you said, I'm not going to be strict with my children. I am not going to be like my parents. I'm not going to be strict with my children. And some of you even went to the extent of saying to your children, you know what, we are friends. How many of your friends here with your children? Raise your hands, raise your hands. Uthalo haath, yeah? Uthao. Chalo, there's nothing wrong. We've not done anything wrong. Raise your hands. We are friends with our children. Yes. And so what happened? The children grew up in an era where they had a lot of friends, and they too grew up in an era where they have online friends also now, which we did not have. So they have a lot of friends around them. They have a lot of unknown stranger friends whom they have never met. And at home also they have friends. So who do they not have now? Parents. Yes. And then we said yes to everything they asked for. Because our parents had not said yes to everything now. For two reasons. Our parents didn't have everything financially like we have today. So they were not saying yes because of necessity. And also they were not saying yes because they knew how to parent. They knew that getting everything easily and not having to listen to a no is not good for the mind. And so even if they had, they would not give. Even if they had, they would make us wait. They would make us value what we were going to get. You know, imagine having to wait one entire year. I'll get this next Diwali, I will get this next Diwali, I will get this next Diwali. So then when you finally get it, it's like... And today what do they have to do to get? Click, enter, 10 minutes later the bell rings and it's there. It's there. And they also have the power to return it if they don't like, send it back. And they also have a power to cancel if it has not come in that time period which they had wanted it. It's all sounding funny right now, isn't it? But it is this which has made them so fragile. It is so fragile, so delicate. Everything has to be my way. I will never fall, I will never fail. I will get everything my way. I just have to say it and I will get it. And it was good. It was easy to do that for 15 years, 20 years. But life is not going to give them everything their way. Will life give them everything their way always? No. And imagine a child who has grown up with yes for everything. Say it and you get it, or get it even before you ask for it. Which means the child never listened to a no. And then suddenly at the age of 20, 25, that child gets one big no. Will that child have the ability to handle that no? For the rest of the world, it would be like, it's not such a big thing. Why are they making such a big thing out of this? It is not a big thing for us who have grown up listening to a no. But for someone who's never listened to a no and has got everything their way, no is a personal failure. No is a personal rejection. And just that no, they don't have the power to handle it. Whether that no comes from their parents suddenly at the age of 20, 25, whether that no comes from some career choice they had to make, whether that no comes from their new set of relationships, they don't have the power to take it. Because they did not have to listen to a no, they did not have to bend, they did not have to adjust, they did not have to do this. So if I don't exercise a particular muscle of my life for 20 years and suddenly I have to go like this, it's going to hurt. It pains. It's not their fault at all. It's not their fault at all. Right from when they are this age, we are asking them, "Aap kya khaoge? What will you eat today?" Did your mummy ever ask you, "What will you eat today?" No. She said, "Ban gaya, kha lo." And we are like, "So mean, I don't feel like eating this." He said, "If you don't feel like eating, don't eat. It's your choice." And so we had to eat what we did not want to eat. Now that may seem such a small thing. What is so big deal, eating what you don't want to eat? For a child of that age, that was a no. That was a no. For a child at that age, that food was life, which the food was not my way, and I had to adapt and I had to adjust and I had to tolerate with that what I did not like. And when I say I will not take it, life said to me, "Fine, do what you want, you're not getting anything else." Not like today, "Acha, you don't want to eat? Okay, no problem. Tell me, what do you want to eat?" So what happens? We groom them in a way which said, you don't have to accept what life gives you. Life will change for you. You will get everything that you want. You will not have to adapt and adjust with what you don't want. So how are they going to be able to suddenly do it at the age of 20, 25? कैसे होगा ये? कैसे होगा? And then 2 children who are brought up in that way, who never have to fall, never have to fail, never have to listen to a no, never have to wait. Everything is instant. 2 children brought up exactly in that same environment, now you get them to live with each other. Now what's going to happen? You could have kept molding yourself to be like them. Now, is this other person going to have the strength to be able to mold to be like them? No. And that is why the whole unit of marriage, of family, of living together, of the ability to many people living together in one home, that whole unit is shaking up now. And then they will say, "I am happy with my laptop, with my phone, and with my dog. I don't need people around me. I don't need people around me, because who's going to bend, who's going to adjust, who's going to tolerate so much? My dog tolerates me. I don't have to tolerate that dog. Laptop and phone anyways don't do anything. I can chat with the friends I want to, I can block them when I want to, I can delete them when I want to." You see how life seems so much in my control that way? It is I rule the game. I decide. My dog is going to come running at me when I'm entering the door. That's all. That's happiness for me. I don't need anything else. And they thought that was a happy life. But a life where the soul does not have to bend, the soul does not have to adjust, the soul does not have to mold, does not make a soul powerful. It makes the soul बताइए, it makes the soul weak. It's like a body which doesn't have to bend, always like this. It creates stiffness. It will not create flexibility. It will not create health. So now what do we do? क्या करें? क्या करें? Because we still have time. We can still change a few things. Not going to be very easy if they've already grown up, but still it's possible. Very gently, very gently, very respectfully, we can still change things. Because otherwise, we're going to start creating a world where loneliness will become normal. WHO has said loneliness is the next epidemic. Not being alone is the epidemic. Loneliness is the epidemic. Not being alone. You will be with a lot of people, but we will experience loneliness, which means hollow here, khali khali. Here. Because there is no method of energizing it on a daily basis. I meet parents, I said, how have your children not come with you for the program today? Why have your children not come with you to the temple today? No, we asked them, but they didn't want to come. I said, it's not about whether they want to come or they don't want to come. They have to come. They said, no, it's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore that they have to come. They have a choice if they want to come. Who gave them this choice? Who gave them this choice? Do you remember we didn't have this choice? You remember we didn't have this choice? We were told, tomorrow we have to go there. We were not asked, tomorrow do you want to go there? No. Tomorrow you have to go there. Tomorrow we have to go to this relative's house. And we will say, no, you know what, I get very bored over there. So my mother will say, fine, no problem, get bored, but you have to go. Finished. So we learned to get bored. We learned to adapt with people whom we just could not stand at that time. We learned because we were not given a choice. We were not given a choice. We were not asked, we were told. And because we led that life, suddenly when we became parents, we thought we will give our children choices. So I see parents with like this age children sitting on the dining table asking the child, what will you eat? How will a child of this age know what is right for them to eat or not right for them to eat? And so I asked that mother, I said, you're not supposed to ask this child what you eat. You have to. She said, no, I am going to teach them how to make choices from this age. So they will go to the mall, they will choose which dress they want to wear. They will go to the shop, they will choose which shoes they want to wear. So we spent 20 years in allowing them to make choices, and we did not inculcate the power to face a scene which is not of your choice. And then suddenly something happens, and then they don't have the power. They said, this is not my way. But life was not going to ask them, which way do you want it to be? Life will just come and throw a scene at us like this. We did not even allow them to fall. They would fall, we would pick them up before they fall. This is called fragile parenting. This is not strong parenting. This is very fragile parenting. And if two children who have experienced fragile parenting get married, and then also we are there with them. Acha, you don't want to stay with them? Come back. We are there for you. We are there for you. You don't have to adjust so much over there. This is what we say to them. And what were you told when you got married? What were you told when you got married? You say, this is it, the end. You can come here as a guest and that's all. And we were like so mean. My parents said this to me that I'm a guest. Yes. We cribbed, we complained, we criticized. But you know what? It became strength. We bent, we adjusted, we adapted, we tolerated, we cried, we screamed, we healed. We went through that whole spectrum of emotions, and we are today able to tolerate every scene of life. But we are listening to just one side of their story. We're not even listening to the perspective of the other person. We're listening to their side of the story, and we say, it's okay, you don't need to adjust, you come home, we are there for you. This parenting is making them extremely weak. And if someone is going to be emotionally so weak and vulnerable, then you better make sure that there is never a situation in their life which they cannot handle, because you've not given them the power for it. You've not. And that situation to you may sound very simple, but for them it will be chronic. because their ability to bend and yours is completely different. Completely different. And so we have now created an era where school and college children with no situations in their life at all are saying, I'm depressed. And you ask, is there a problem in life? No. Any problem at home? No. Then why are you depressed? Don't know. Yeah, don't know, because there's no energizing here. There is no energizing here. They are feeling low, they are feeling anxious, they're feeling depressed without a reason. And that is when they will engage themselves with some gadget, some technology, some phone, or some substance, so that they just distract their mind, because they're not happy living with their own mind. It's not giving them any happiness. Because they were taught that happiness is only going to come from what we buy, what we get, what we achieve. They were not taught that happiness is just in being who you are. They were not taught to learn to be with themselves doing nothing. You remember when we had holidays in school, we could just sit and get bored for days and days, nothing to do. Just sit alone, nothing to do. So even today we are able to sit alone with ourselves, right or wrong? Yes. But we thought we want to make them achievers. So when they had those 2 months holiday, we went there, put them from one class to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, so that they don't have any time in that holiday. And so what did that mind learn? That life is always about engagement with something outside. Everything outside. And of course, society in the meantime gave them so much to play with every time. And so just the ability to sit with yourself, doing nothing, getting bored, is something that they cannot handle. So that is loneliness. And then when that loneliness reaches such a state that I can be amongst 10 people, but I'm lonely. I'm not alone, but I'm lonely. Lonely means I'm not happy here. I don't feel love. I don't feel care. Even though everyone is there for me, I don't feel that energy anymore, because I am not creating that energy for myself. I cannot feel energy only which I'm getting from people. I feel energy only if I'm creating it for myself. Myself. So should we create some change today? Yes? What change do you think you can create now? And those who've got young children, you have a lot of options to create a change. What change can we create now in the culture of the house? Anybody? You have to say, I don't have children, you have children. Bataiye, kya karna hai? What do we have to do? First and most important, do you want to make them powerful? Because we are not talking of today. We're talking of an era 10 years from today. We're talking of an era 20 years from today. We're talking of an era 40 years from today. Do you think situations will be tougher or no? 20 years later, 30 years later? Yes? So you don't have to prepare them for the today. You have to prepare them for a world 20 years from today. The ability to be able to stand strong, the ability to be able to face anything that life throws at us 20 years from today, which you cannot even visualize right now what it would be 20 years from today. There will be only one power which will be needed, and that is this power. So what can we do now in the vibration of the house? It's not that we have to go and do everything with them. Some things that we have to do that will start changing the energy of the house. What can we start doing at home? Yes. There's one more very important thing that we do in a temple, and that is seva. What is seva? The energy is like this. If you see ever when you go to a temple or a gurdwara, we do any seva that we get, right? Yes? Yes? So we can clean the floor, we can wash the utensils, we can pick up shoes and chappals of people. We can do absolutely anything because we are on seva. So you can have somebody coming in a Mercedes, coming here, picking up other people's chappals and shoes, doing all seva with all humility and love and care. And then you go home and someone says to you, please give me my slippers. क्यों हंस रहे हो? What will happen? What will be the answer that person will get? What's the answer that person is going to get? Say, why you can't pick it up yourself? And then you are going to very sweetly say, an hour back you were picking up the slippers of strangers over there. And your spouse is going to say, that was seva. That was seva. Seva is the energy of selfless giving. Shouldn't home also be seva? Shouldn't family also be seva? It should be the energy of giving here. And that's why in the temple, all the deities, how is the hand? How is the hand of all the deities? The hand is like this. And when the hand is like this, which means the power of giving of the soul, not like this. The hand is not like this. The hand is like this, always a giver. And the deities, the hand is of a giver, and the energy circle behind is white color light, which means the highest, purest, divine aura. So if I want to reach my highest vibration, a divine aura circle, I will have to shift. It's not just seva physical, it is seva here. Not I want love, I want happiness, I want you to listen to me, I want you to agree to me, I want care, I want appreciation. This is only a lower energy aura. If I want to create a higher energy aura, if I want to raise my inner power, only then will I be able to give it to the children. I will have to create it first and then it will radiate from me to them. Because it's something that money cannot buy, it's something that nobody can gift you. You will have to create it to give it to them. And so when you take yourself at a higher vibration, your energy field will energize them. You feel energized sitting in a temple? Yes, you feel energized sitting in a temple, but after a few minutes we are going to be out of this place. But if we start making this vibration our own vibration, then you are a walking, moving temple, which means a space of divine energy. And that vibration, which is going to be your aura, your energy field, is what will get created at home. And most important, that is the vibration which your family will absorb and catch from you. And that's the only way to energize them now. You can't go home and suddenly say to them, no, you can't do this, you can't do this. No, they're not going to listen anymore. That period is over now. But now the only way to give them that power is create it, live it. It is going to radiate from you to them. They are going to absorb it and they will start getting energized. It's like a battery connecting to a charged battery. And that other battery will start getting energized. So who do we need to work on? Now we don't need to work on children, not the grown-ups at least. We have to work on ourselves. And the first step to do that is shift from I want happiness, I want love, I want respect, I want trust, I want you to understand me, I want you to do this for me. Not chahiye, chahiye, chahiye. That is not divinity. Divinity is always about giving unconditionally and selflessly. And that is what will make us egoless. So do I want happiness? Do I want love? Or do I radiate love? What's it going to be? Want love or radiate love? But to radiate love, then I will have to create it. I will have to create it. And for that, I will have to energize myself on a daily basis. I will have to protect myself first from peer pressure. Then I will radiate that energy at home, and my children will not be a victim of peer pressure. Yes. I will have to create the power to be able to stand for the right even if I'm alone. If I create that energy, those children will absorb it. Tomorrow they will have the energy to stand for the right even if they're alone. Everything will have to be done by the parents Create it. Let it be in your fragrance, your aura. It's radiating in your house to them. They are absorbing and they are becoming. They are becoming. We don't have to say anything to them anymore. We just have to live it. And the most important thing to do for that is live with the consciousness in your house that I am a soul on a journey and so is each one of them. So is each one of them. Yes or no? Is each one of them a soul on a journey? Yes. And shift from attachment to love. Attachment is an energy depleter. It depletes us, it depletes them. Love is a power. It energizes us, it energizes them. What is the difference between attachment and love? Attachment is moho. Moho, right? And that is mentioned as part of the 5 vices. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moho, Ahankar. Lust, anger, greed, attachment, ego. Love is a part of the 7 qualities: purity, peace, love, happiness, wisdom, bliss. And we went and mixed both of the things. And we said, I'm so attached to my children. And I thought that was a quality. Now visualize shifting from attachment to love. How would we do it? What is attachment? What is it? Acha, how many of you are attached to your family? Chalo ji, hath uthao. How many of you are attached to your family? So then it's easy to see now what is attachment. There's a very little change. Itna sa aise karenge and we'll shift from attachment to love. So what is attachment? How does it feel like at home? Attachment. What does it do? How do I come to know this is attachment? What is attachment? Ji? Acha, mine. This is mine. Acha, possessiveness. Okay. What else? Hanji? To let go? We want to hold on to them. Okay. What else? Fear. Yes. What else? Attachment. Expectations. What else? Selfish. Selfish means it's more about me. Though it doesn't look like it's more about me, but it's actually a lot about me. Anything else? Dependency. Yes. You know, ever seen a picture of 2 children born physically joined? That is attachment. That's physical attachment. They're joined. They will have to sit together, stand together, walk together, sleep, move, everything together. Comfortable? Right? So beautiful, always together, never get separate. No? No. So then they are operated and this is what is done. They are detached. Comfortable? Yes, comfortable? Now one can sit, the other can stand. One can go to school, the other one can take a holiday. Emotional. 2 people attached. Which means my mind and their mind is attached. If one is upset, the other one is also upset. If your child is upset, can you be happy? If your child is upset, can you be happy? Achhe se bolo. If your child is upset, can you be happy? So if your child is upset, what will you be? Unhappy. Very good. Please put both your hands like this. Put your child on your left hand. Put yourself on the right hand. Your child is going through something and is emotionally a little low. Okay? And so the child is dipping in their vibration, feeling pain, fear, insecurity, low, unhappy, depressed, anything. So the child's vibration is moving. Please put your hands out there. Which direction is the child's vibration moving? Slightly lower. You are saying, if my child is low, feeling low, then I am also going to feel low. Why? Because I'm attached. I don't even have an option actually. I don't even have an option. My mind is attached to their mind. So if they are going to feel low, then I am also going to feel low. And when I am going to feel low, what's the vibration going from me to them? Low. They're already low. They're already feeling low. and I'm adding a lower energy into their vibration, what will it do to them? And then looking at them that way, I will go like this. And so both of us will go. This is called attachment. This is called attachment. And then you know what? They don't want to sit around you that time. They'll just say, leave me alone. And you say, I don't want to leave you alone. I want to be with you right now. They say, but I don't want to be with anybody right now. Why do they not want to be with us when they are in pain? You visualize when you are in pain, who would you like to sit next to? If you are in pain emotionally, who would you like to sit around? You would like to sit around a high energy space. Would you be comfortable sitting around a space of pain? No. Why would you not want to sit around a space of pain? Because you are already in pain. You can sit around a space of pain when you are in your highest vibration. But when you are in your lower vibration, and if you sit around a space of pain, your pain increases because their pain adds pain to your pain. And so at that time, I'd rather be alone. I close my door and I say, I'm fine alone. And if I need to talk, then I go and talk to a stranger. So I would rather go and talk to a counselor. I would rather go and talk to a friend. I would rather go and talk to the parents of my friend. You know why? Because they're not on the lower energy right now. And so they are just there. Not that I need any big answer. I know what the answer is to my problem. But I need someone to radiate power to me. But at right now, my family is not able to radiate power to me when I need it. Because my family says, if you are in pain, I will be in more pain than your pain. So am I playing the role of the family right? So again, if your child, not just child, any family member, is going through something and are emotionally feeling a little low, where should I need to be? Karo, karo, karo. How high? Very high. How will you be able to be high when they are low? You will have to be detached. Attached cannot do it. Attached will only cry. Attached will only cry. And you know, sometimes our family doesn't even come home and share with us their problems. And you will come to know their problem after months and months and years. You will come to know it from someone outside. And then you're going to go and say, you did not tell me that you were going through all this. Said, I didn't want to cause you any pain. Because they know it. That we will be troubled if we come to know their problem. So they can talk to strangers, but they cannot talk to family because family will create pain when they come to know of the problem. Then I'm not fulfilling the purpose of being a family. So ready to get detached? Ready to get detached? You ready to get detached? बोला भी नहीं जा रहा, करेंगे कैसे? Ready to get detached? We are so scared of this word detachment. We say like, oh, so many people, they don't come to the center. They say, no, this spirituality will make us very detached. I said, yes, of course it's going to make you detached. You want to come, come. Don't want to come, stay like this, stuck. Create pain for them. Detachment is not indifference. Detachment is power. Detachment is the power that when one is angry, the other one can be calm because they are detached. Detachment is when one is being rude, the other one can be respectful because they are detached. Detachment is when one is in pain, the other one can be powerful because they are detached. So what would detachment do to relationships? Boliye, what would detachment do to relationships? Detachment would make relationships so strong and selfless. Selfless. Detachment would make relationships like this. Attachment makes relationships like this. Your energy is my energy, is attachment. And detachment is my power, is your power. That is detachment. So ready to get detached? Because detachment is power. Power is equal to happiness. Attachment is not just to people. Attachment to objects, attachment to roles, attachment to positions, attachment to your own body. Any attachment is a dependency, and any dependency is an energy depleter. But in our field of relationships, attachment can make simple things very complex. So first and foremost, let's get the equation right. If someone in my family is going through a low phase, how do I need to be? I need to be powerful. So from today, you put an affirmation for yourself. I am the powerhouse of my family. Boliye. I am the powerhouse of my family. What is a powerhouse going to do? It's like a lighthouse. It just stands in one position like that, giving light and power and direction just by being who you are. And how do I create that detachment? Attachment is coming out of dependency, and dependency comes out of emotional weakness. If I'm physically weak, I will need something to hold on to move down the steps. I need something. But if I'm strong, then I don't need anything. I'm not dependent. So emotional dependency was happening because we were not energizing ourselves on an emotional level every single day. So we need from people. In relationships, we should not need anything emotionally from anyone. Physically, I will need, this is your role, this is my role, I will do this for the house, you do this for the house. Physically is fine. Financially, it's fine. We went the other way around. We said financially, I want to be independent. Physically, I want to be independent. Socially, I want to be independent. Emotionally, dependent. It's actually the other way around. It doesn't matter if physically I'm dependent on someone. My body is old, it's aged, it's okay. I can't do physically everything on my own. It's no problem if I'm financially dependent on someone at home. They are earning, I'm not earning. Never mind. I'm looking after the house. तो क्या बड़ी बात है उसमें? But what is one power which is needed is emotional independence. My emotional self, my mind should not become dependent on anyone, because then I am not able to radiate that power to them. Then I am like this. So we are in relationships like this, and the other person is also like this. So both of us are like this. तो क्या होगा फिर? If both are like this, what will happen? If both are like this, what will happen? I need, the other person says, I also need. Then who's going to be the giver? Who's going to be the giver? Even if you want to put your hand like this, you will have to put it somewhere where the other person is in this state. The other person is stressed, the other person is upset, the other person has a tough day, and they come home and we say, I want you to be nice to me. Oh, they don't have the strength right now. You be nice to me. No, it should be the other way around. I will be nice to you. होना चाहिए नहीं होना चाहिए ऐसा? Yeah. But they say, no, you be nice to me. The other person doesn't have the strength. So then I start saying, then why am I here only in your house? Why am I there in this relationship? Why am I here? And then we say, there's no purpose of being here, because we went into the relationship for this and I'm not getting it, so why am I here? Young couples we meet nowadays, they don't have any issue and they're deciding to separate. And finally you keep asking them 10 times, what's the reason? What's the reason? What's the reason? I'm not getting anything in this relationship, so why am I there? So what did they go into the relationship for? And the other person also went there. At least you ask when you're getting married, which one of us is going to be the giver? Decide. Emotional giver. Everything else is manageable. Which one of us is going to be the unconditional emotional giver in this relationship? Don't go and get married to somebody who's also standing in the same direction as you. So one person says, I'm not getting anything. The other person says, I'm also not getting anything. Then they say, then why are we together? The other person says, oh, okay, let's separate. 5 minutes mein dialogue pura ho jata hai unka. That's so, because it's so simple for them. Because they were not trained that relationships are not like this. Relationships are like this. But to be able to give, I have to earn. I have to earn. I have to create it here. Only then I will become a giver. And to become a giver, I start emotionally strengthening myself. And the first step to emotionally strengthen myself is shift from that ego consciousness, that body consciousness, and practice soul consciousness on a daily basis, every single day. Can we do that 1 minute exercise right now? How to practice? Just 1 minute. Apply the tilak 1 minute. And this is this 1 minute, 30 seconds, which we are going to do many times in the day. This is building up spiritual fitness level. This will make you strong, this will make you powerful, this will make you emotionally independent, and this will make you a giver. So just relax the body. Don't need to close your eyes. You will be doing this anywhere, anytime. You could be doing this at work, you can be doing this on a red signal, you can do this anytime, anywhere. So just sit comfortable. Nobody's going to come to know what you're doing. It's nothing very different. We're just creating a few thoughts. And just visualize yourself a tiny point of light in the center of the forehead. We have to use two powers right now to practice soul consciousness: the power of affirmation and also the power of visualization. So gently visualize yourself a little star in the center of the forehead. See that little star. The ability to be visualized can be different for everyone, that doesn't matter. But focus so that your intellect is not seeing something else. A point of light in the center of the forehead, and gently create these thoughts. I am a divine soul. I need nothing from people. I am a giver. I give unconditional love, unconditional acceptance to everyone. I am in this family for seva, for giving. I am the powerhouse of my family. I am the powerhouse. Come back. That's all. Simple. Easy? Can we do this? Yes? Now suppose we had to do it for 1 week, every hour. Every hour, I pause, I say to myself, I'm a divine soul, I'm a giver, I need nothing from people around me, and nothing is only meaning emotionally. I need nothing from people around me. I am the powerhouse of my family. If you had to repeat this every hour for the next few days, do you know what will happen? What will start happening? What will start happening? The old programming will start changing. I need love. I need care. I need appreciation. I need them to do something. You are telling yourself, I need nothing. I am that. I don't need it from anyone. I'm here to give. Entire programming of births and births, not just of this lifetime, will change if you just pause and recode yourself. It's just a simple reformatting of our belief systems. I have grown up believing that relationships is about getting from people. It's not. I don't need anything because maybe the other person doesn't even have what I need from them. And I'm there, standing there. And then I cry because I don't get what I need. Then I get hurt. Then I hold on to that hurt for the next couple of days or years. And then I only radiate pain at home. We're not even aware how much pain we are radiating in the house, because when we are hurt, we are radiating pain. When we are upset, we are radiating pain. So leave alone radiating power. We are not even in a neutral state. We are radiating pain because some expectation of mine is not fulfilled. And I am like this. I did not get what I want. So suppose your child had to go to the neighbor's house and pick up something and bring. You will sit and tell your child, why did you get it from them? We have everything at home. Right or wrong? Will you do that? And you will keep counseling your child for the next few days till the child stops going and picking it up from other places. And all that you will have to tell your child, you know what? We have everything that you need. You don't need to go and get it from anyone else. We have everything that you need. The child says, but you know what, I wanted that. You say, but you have it here, we have it here. That's all that I have to tell myself. My mind says, but I need love. I pause and I tell myself, you don't need from anyone, you are a loveful being. My mind says, but they need to be nice to me. So I have to pause and tell myself, they don't need to be nice to me, I can be nice to them. It's just like talking to a child. The mind is a child. It's grown up with a very different programming. The mind says, why should I adjust? Then I have to gently tell my mind, because you know what? It's family and adjustment is my power. Then my mind says, every time I should bend. Then I have to pause and tell my mind, yeah, why not bend? It's strength. It's strength. Bend. Then my mind says, I don't feel like talking to them. They were not nice to me. Then I have to tell my mind, I am the powerhouse of my family. I am the powerhouse. I don't radiate pain. I radiate power. They did what they did. It was their state of mind. I am the powerhouse of the family. Get up, go, bend, be humble, talk. And then my mind says, what if they reject? Say, that's their problem. I am the powerhouse of my family. Changed. Completely changed within a few days. All that I have to do is start talking a different vocabulary here. A vocabulary which I did not learn, a vocabulary which today's social media content is not going to give me, because it's going to give me a completely different picture of love. I will have to start counseling myself. Don't you think the programming will change? Will it change? Will it not change? It will change? Yes. Will it change? Do I want to change it? Yes. And then what will happen? You keep reminding yourself, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am. And then when I remind myself, I am a soul, then I will look at my spouse, I will look at my children and say, another soul on the journey. I don't say, my children. No. Another soul on the journey playing the role of my child. Any difference? Any difference between the two lines? Everything outward is going to remain the same. Nothing is going to change there. It's the consciousness shift. When I say my children, it's like I think it's my moral responsibility that everything in their life will always be perfect. And when I remind myself, soul on a journey came into my life to play the role of a child. And what is my role and responsibility? To be with them on this journey, holding their hand, and to give them the power when they need it the most. When I say my children, I say they can never have any problems in their life. When I understand soul on a journey, I said, oh, they've done a lot of karmas, have come in many lifetimes, never know what is going to come in the next scene. When I say my child, then I say if they are in pain, I'm in pain. When I say soul on a journey, I say this is their karmic account and it is my karma to radiate power to them so that they face this karmic account with dignity. That's my responsibility. That's my responsibility. If I say my child, I say I have to solve their problems. If I remember soul on a journey, I remember it's their karma and they will have to solve the problem. But what is my role and my karma? To give them the power and the wisdom to solve that problem. Yes? Do you think your children will never have a problem in their life? Do you think it's possible? Yes? Do you think it's possible? No. So don't make them fragile and don't take it up as your moral responsibility that if they fall, you will always be there to pick them up. No, they will fall, they will cry. But you will be there to give them the power to heal themselves. That is the role, that is a relationship between a soul and another soul being there. It's a soul and soul connection, radiating power unconditionally. That is detachment. So the complete perspective of looking at family changes. Not my husband, so my husband should be like this. Another soul on a journey. Another soul on a journey with sanskars completely different from mine, right? Will their sanskars be completely different from mine? Yes. So expectations? Expectations? Boliye, expectations? No? Then what? Shift from expectations to? Shift from expectations to? Shift from expectations to? Boliye, shift from expectations to? Acceptance. Again, expectations is like this, acceptance is like this. Expectation is attachment, acceptance is detachment. Expectation is a depleter, acceptance is an energizer. And acceptance not just because I have to accept because I understand they're a soul on a journey. They've come with their set of personality traits and karma, and they're going to be different from mine. Not right or wrong, different. Different. In the case of a husband and a wife, even their first 25, 30 years were completely different. But it's not even a journey of those 30 years. It's 100 years before that in another costume, 100 years before that in another costume, 100 years before that in another costume. And both have come with completely different sanskars and different karmas. And now they have to live together. And the Panditji said on that day, 7 times they're going to live together like this. Right? Bola tha na us din? So what is the meaning of that? Obviously you're not going to be husband, wife, 7 births. That doesn't happen. But what it just means that any two souls coming into this strong karmic account, because a marriage is a very strong karmic account. Any two souls who are going to come into this karmic account, they have not met, they are not meeting for the first time. They've met before, they're meeting now, and they will meet again. And so the last time we met, what did we do with our karmic accounts is what is going to reflect this time in the relationship. And so if there is any karmic connection which is not as smooth as you want it to be, don't stand like this and wait for them to change it. Because they might not have the strength to change it, they might not have the intention to change it. And if we don't change that karmic account this time, it's only going to get entangled. We will suffer now and then we will meet again, and the next time will be tougher than this time. Every next meeting gets tougher. So we are in the past karmic account with our spouse, we are with past karmic accounts with our children, we are with past karmic accounts with our siblings, with our parents. All our close relationships, we are not meeting anyone for the first time. And so if you see same parents, 2 children will have a different kind of relationship with same parents. Does that happen at all? Yes? Same parent, same love, same care, same nourishment, same everything they will give to the 2 children. Then the same child will have 2 different dynamics with the 2 parents. So their relationship with one is different and the relationship with the other one is different. Same child. Why? Because they are not husband, wife, parent, child. They are soul 1, soul 2, soul 3, soul 4, soul 5. Number them. Now this soul 1 and soul 5 has different past karmic account. And soul 2 and soul 5 has had a different past karmic account. So you number them and you draw your permutation combination, you will understand all the questions. Everything. Because the relationship is not about this lifetime. This lifetime is a continuation of the energy of the previous time that we met. So one parent and one child had a different karmic account last time. And the other parent and that same child had a different karmic account last time. And so both are carrying their past energies and coming into this new karmic account. There's no comparison. There is no expectation. There is just understanding. And then what do I have to give in this karmic account so that if I want to change anything, if I want to strengthen anything, the role is now. Because if I don't do it now, we will meet again. So please always remember, not my child, soul on a journey. We have met before. We are not meeting for the first time. We have met before. We've created our karmic accounts. We have come with them. And this time we are creating more karmic accounts. Let the present karmic account now always be of this level. So then the question of getting hurt and upset and crying and holding on to and feeling rejected and not forgiving and not releasing, this will all go away when we remember that it is our karmic account, not my spouse, my child, so they should be like this. It's only going to get entangled. It's only going to get entangled. At the end of the day, we are alone on this journey. Are we alone on this journey or no? Are they all going to come with us? No. Even if we all die together, we're not going to move ahead together. Yes, it's not going to happen. It's a reality. Every soul is alone on the journey, alone. I am here in this family for 100 years. Before this, I was with another set of people for 100 years. After this, I will be with another set of 100 people. You don't remember your previous family. In 1 second, the soul forgets everything. Everything is over. What children, what parent, what everything is over. Leave the costume, everything is over. Everything is over. But I need to know how to live while I'm in that costume with them. Creating beautiful karmas, giving, nurturing, bending, adjusting, tolerating, not exploiting or getting exploited, just tolerating and adapting. And building my inner power and giving them the power to energize themselves. That's why we are on this journey. And one day, either me or you will leave. And when we leave, we will leave with dignity. We will leave with dignity. There will be no pain at that time while leaving. There will not be pain when they are leaving, because we didn't live with attachment, we lived detached. And so when we live detached, leaving becomes very simple. Simple. It's like a dress which is loose. You can just come out of it with ease. But if the dress is very tight, then coming out of that dress is a struggle. So the soul can sit trapped here for years and not be able to come out of this dress, because that's attachment. That is karmic account. So the way we live is the way we will live. So who are they? Who are they? They are a soul owner. Say this to yourself n number of times during the day, because then your mind will say, but why did they do this to me? Soul on a journey. But how could they do this to me? Soul on a journey. But they should have not done this, my past karmic account. These 3 songs though I have to play 100 times in the day. And you just keep giving your mind this answer. This is, mind knows what to do now. But if I say, why did my child do this? So I'm allowed to get hurt, I'm allowed to get upset, I'm allowed to get crying, and then I'm allowed to be there like that, sulking when they come home in the evening. That's a very lower energy way of living. A very, very lower energy way of living, where everyone in that house will be like this. And when you shift, that whole energy in your house will change, because those deities which you have in the temple, they're all like this. So if we start living like this at home, then the home will become like a temple. Then the home will become like a temple. Then there will be no sulking, no crying. How many of you have a phase of breakdown in communication at home? Baatcheet band. Please raise your hands. करते हो तो हाथ भी उठा लो उसके लिए. Which means I and you have a difference of opinion. That difference of opinion can go into an argument. We still did not come up with a solution. And then I got upset and you got angry. And so now we don't need to talk to each other. How many of you have this pattern at home? उठा लो हाथ अच्छे से. हाँ. Now decide, what is the duration of that breakdown of communication? Because some people have that fixed period also. Yeah, of course. And you know what? Your family members know it. So now they don't even bother when you're in that way. Like, oh, छोड़ दो इनको. अपने आप ठीक हो जाएंगे. Yeah, because they know, leave them for 1 hour, they'll get okay. Leave them for 1 day, they will get okay. Leave them for 2 days. Because you have shown it to them that I take 2 days to come back to normal. Or I take 2 hours to come back to normal. We've all fixed our time periods. What happens when there is that negative silence in the house? Silence is a very good quality. Mourn. But that mourn has to be pure, divine, positive mourn. But when it is a silence which is after an argument, that silence is a very heavy energy, right? What does that silence period do to the energy field of the house? It's the biggest depleter. It's the biggest depleter. So now you ask people, but it's over, right? The fight. Now why aren't you talking to each other? No, I need time to get back to normal. What will you do in silence to get back to normal? You will remind and rewind all the earlier fights also. Because now you're in silence, you're not talking, but this is not going to be silent because after an argument, this is in an overactive mode. So then I have finished thinking about today's situation. I will say, that day also the same thing happened, and that day also the same thing happened. And every time I only have to keep quiet. And the victim starts crying even more. Where is normalcy in that? And then we can reach a stage to saying, even on the day of the wedding, his mother said this, and I even had to keep quiet. Even then, even that day, I had a chance. My parents asked me that day, think you still want to get married to this person? And I said, yes. This is called normalcy. These thoughts are called normalcy. This can never be normalcy. It only depletes because the mind opens the cupboard and all the waste thoughts and all the negative thoughts, all those thoughts of hurt, they will all come out. This is not normalcy. This is only creating chronic pain. And not just pain here, this is actually creating pain even to the body. And it's actually causing pain even to the other person. And it's radiating pain in the house. And your children have learned the method that this is the way to work when we have a difference of opinion. Tomorrow they will also break down communication, close their door, go inside. What should it be? When two souls are on the journey, different sanskar, different karma, there will be times where we will not agree, right? Is it possible we will always agree with each other? Not possible. Because we're two different souls on the two different journey with two different set of sanskars, with two different set of karmic accounts. How can we agree every time? It's not possible. I and you cannot agree every time. But one, if we understand that we are different, we will not let that difference translate into a dispute. There will be respect. I understand you are different. I understand I'm different. You are right. I am right. None of us is wrong. You have your reason why you're thinking this way. I have my reason why I'm thinking this way. Either you bend or I bend. Take turns to bend. And sometimes both don't bend. No problem. So we can finish a conversation without agreeing. It's fine. It's not necessary always we have to sit till midnight and say, no, but sit, talk about it, talk about it. The other person said, I have to go to work tomorrow morning. No, you talk. Just now you talk about it. How? Because we think we'll always be able to find a solution. We think we will be able to convince the person that the person is wrong and I'm right. You will have to understand me. They cannot understand you because they don't have that lens which you have, and you don't have that lens which they have. Don't waste hours over that conversation. It's a waste of time and energy. Better go to sleep and tomorrow morning say good morning to each other with a smiling face. Topic is over. Topic is over. Because every time there cannot be a solution. Every time you cannot agree with each other. It's not possible. But we can agree that we are not going to agree to each other. Possible? Yes, I can't. If you have a sanskar of doubt, I have a sanskar of trust, I am not going to change to start doubting people. And the other person right now doesn't have the strength to change the sanskar to start trusting people. Okay, you take your time. But we cannot have an argument over it every time. But even if we have an argument, no problem. Ho gaya. But then, how much time should it come to come back to normal? How much time to come back to normal? We need this energy at home. How much time to come back to normal? How much time to come back to normal? 1 hour? No. Then 10 minutes? 10 minutes? 10 minutes? What are you going to do in those 10 minutes? You know when the mind comes to normal? When we come to normalcy outside, the mind will come to normal. If you are going to say, I am not going to eat today, the other person also says, I am also not going to eat today. The mind can never come to normal. How does the mind come to normal? Chalo, baat ho gayi, come let's have dinner. Khatam. Khatam. Baat khatam. But how long? Finish that gap and say, I will come to normal. Bataiye, I will come to normal
immediately. Who's ready to create that sanskar today? This is easy to do, nothing much to do in this. I will come to normal immediately. Very good. I will come to normal immediately every time. Now raise your hands. And I will come to normal every time, even if it was not my fault. But why should I come to normal every time, even if it's not my fault? Because coming to normal is now my sanskar. It is my nature. It is my personality. They are family. This heavy period of silence, breakdown of communication, creates heavy energies in the mind. It creates energy blockages in the body. They are those for whom you will do anything tomorrow if they have a disease in that body. Just bend a little bit and create healing energy at home and give health to everybody at house. It is us and our complications in relationships which cause most of the blockages in the body. Because the blockage is in the soul, then that will manifest into a blockage in the body. Just chodo, finish it off, 1 second. And the sooner I'm able to do it, I'm becoming more and more powerful. The longer I take to do it, I'm becoming weaker. It is bending, bending, bending. But then people will come tomorrow morning and advise you, don't bend, they will take you for granted. So look back at them and say, if my family can take me for granted, then congratulations to me. I have achieved something. They can take me for granted. People should be able to take me for granted. Taking me for granted is not a weakness. Taking me for granted. Anything that has guarantee is strength, right? When you buy a product, you buy this watch, you ask him, kitne term ki guarantee hai? If that person says, koi guarantee nahi hai, kal toot sakti hai, bola chhod do, nahi chahiye. Guarantee. What guarantee? Take guarantee that yes, do whatever you want. I will remain strong. This is guarantee. Do whatever you want. I can adapt and adjust. Guarantee. We only don't adapt and adjust to unethical practices. We do not adapt and adjust to domestic violence and abuse. Every other sanskar we can adapt and adjust. But it's the other way in homes. For little things we are fighting. When it comes to domestic violence, when it comes to abuse, we're keeping quiet about it. So when to tolerate and when to face. Sahan kab karna hai aur samna kab karna hai. We take it the other way around. Where we should tolerate, we are confronting. Where we should confront, we are tolerating. So we have the power, but we need to know when to use which power. And the decision is based on, if I use this power, soul power will increase. The other person at home needs healing. If someone is aggressive, manipulative, egoistic, dominating, it just reflects emotional weakness. We can't consume their weakness and deplete ourselves. So we first protect ourselves, we energize ourselves. Remember, it's their journey, it's my journey, separate. It's their journey, it's my journey. If you are depleting yourself, I am not going to deplete myself for you. That's your choice. I can be here, be powerful, and radiate power to you. What you do with it is your choice. We are alone on this journey. We are. It's a reality. We are alone, but we are together to give that power. But because you are entangling your karmic accounts, I am not going to get into that and ruin my karmic accounts. No. Not at all. That's not the way to be. That's not love. That is attachment. That is attachment. And that is when those karmic accounts get very. And then we will meet again. And the next time it is going to be tougher than this time. So always stand for the right karma, even if you're the only one in your house. Don't have to adapt and adjust by bending in the quality of your karma. That's not called family. That's not called family. Because 1 second and I, the soul, will leave this body. This family is not going to come with me, but my karma is going to travel with me. So I'm not being nice to people at home by compromising on the quality of my karma. So no compromising with any unethical practices. Don't compromise with wrong ways of earning money at home. Money is the first energy that comes into the house. You want to create divine energy, you will have to have divine money first coming into that house. So if someone in your house is not earning the right way, just step back and say, I will not use this money in this house. Do what you want. I will not use this money in this house. Let that money at least don't go into your kitchen. Never, never cook food with money that has not come with blessings. You have to cook prasad there. And for prasad, the money has to be right first. We cannot say, oh, but what can I do? It's their business. It may be their business, but you approving of it is your karma. You will not be able to tell your karmic account it was their business. Your karma will look back at you and say, why did you use that money for your... No, I will not. So there, be with them, but don't compromise on their karma, on your karma if the other soul is doing it. Because we are alone on a journey. That creates the strength in that house. That creates the power in that house. That allows us to stand on our values and principles. And that principles gives us the strength to bend, to adapt, to adjust to any sanskar. Bending and adapting is very easy, provided I create that power, I create that strength. So first the money has to come right into the house for it to be a temple. For it to be a temple. And then the food has to be right. तो पहले धन, फिर उसके बाद अन्न, फिर उसके बाद मन, फिर उसके बाद तन. The energy flows in these 4 orders. The wealth, the food, the mind, the body. 5th, jan, people, relationships. It's in that order. So the money has to be right. The food has to be high vibrational, pure, sattvic. The mind has to be energized on a daily basis. The body will then be healthy. And if all these 4 are right, relationships will be easy. Because you need powerful souls to create strong relationships. You need powerful souls. Weak souls cannot create strong relationships because they're always vulnerable, getting hurt, getting irritated, getting agitated. For a relationship to be strong, you don't have to work on 2 people. Only one of the 2 has to work on themselves and the relationship will change. 1 out of the 2. 1 energizes themselves, family changes, children change, relationships change. They were on the verge of divorce, everything is back to normal. Only 1 person has to strengthen, not 2. So this line is not right. It takes 2 to create a relationship. It takes only 1 to create a relationship. 1. And I can be that one, right? Ready to be that one? Are you ready to be that one? Yes. So prioritize vibrations of home. Prioritize values and principles of home. Maryada. Maryada Purushottam बोलते हैं ना श्री राम को, क्या बोलते हैं? मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम. पुरुषोत्तम मतलब उत्तम पुरुष, highest vibration soul. Maryada, values and principles. Values and principles. Without maryada, soul cannot be powerful. Cannot be powerful. So let's start creating a slight shift in our way of thinking, in our way of looking at each other, in our way of interacting. Instead of like this, we shift to like this. Instead of saying you are in pain, so obviously I'm in pain, shifting to you are in pain, I will take care of myself first and be powerful. Slight shift. It all sounds big, but it's actually very simple. It's all very simple. And the only thing I have to do for that is practice that soul consciousness. And then to make it even easier, I, the soul, connecting to that powerhouse. Connecting to that powerhouse, the source of power. So when I say I have to be like this, then my mind says, then who's going to give me? If I have to always be like this, then who's going to give me? So I take from there and give here. Take from the one who has. Don't stand like this seeking from the ones who are also standing like this. So the soul, Atma, connected to that Nirakar Paramatma, the ocean of power, the ocean of love, the ocean of happiness and purity, that is Raj Yoga meditation. It is a method by which the soul, which can be visualized like a battery, connecting to a powerhouse. Just a few minutes of connection, not just remembrance, not worship, connection. We all worship, we all remember, but if our connection was right, then the battery should have been charged. The battery should have been charged, but the battery is getting depleted. We are remembering, we are worshipping, but we are not connecting. So, meditation is not worship or remembrance. Meditation is connection, so that that power from there is going to fill into me, and then from me to everybody at home. So, fill and then give. So, that is Raj Yoga meditation. First step is soul consciousness, and second step is connecting to that highest power to fill myself with all that power. And then the third step is come out into the world to give. And then you become a giver. And if every home has one giver, you will have this vibration in the house. You will have this vibration in the house because the giver is going to move with that white divine light energy. The giver will bend, the giver will create peace. The giver will forgive in 1 second. The giver will not have to forgive because they don't get hurt, so they don't have to forgive. There will not be any silence because that giver will bring everything to normalcy the next second, not next minute. Because the giver is powerful. It's a stamina. It's like if there's somebody who's very powerful physically in your house, they will always be available to do all the tough work in the house. Oh, this has to be picked up, I will pick it up. Oh, this has to be shifted, I will be. Rest everybody will stand. Oh, I can't shift it. Don't worry, I'll do it. So you have one physically strong person in the house, everything can be taken care of. You have one emotionally strong person in the house, everything is taken care of. Everything is taken care of. And then that house will have vibrations like this. And then we don't need to go for a holiday for happiness. We happily go for a holiday. Going for a holiday is fine, but we don't go for a holiday for happiness. That means I'm not happy at home. That's why I'm having to go out looking for happiness. I'm happy at home. I actually don't even need a holiday. But okay, we want to go for a change somewhere, we go for a change. We don't go for happiness. We don't go anywhere for happiness because we create it here and we create it at home. We can sit bored for days and days and we will not find the need to step out of the house because we are so happy with ourselves. Once you learn to be happy with yourself, you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to buy anything, you don't have to meet anyone to be happy. You can be happy and buy, meet, go, give, do everything, but not for happiness, with happiness. Then you're not going for happiness, you are going with happiness. Yes? Karna chahiye? Yes? And draw your circle of Maryada. This is going to be the only protection for every family and for every child. We will not cross this line of our values and principles. We will not. That becomes strength. Don't bend there. Don't bend on values and principles. Stand right, straight, even if you're the only one. I will not bend on this. Maryada. Only Maryada will make you Purushottam. Without Maryada, the word Purushottam is not coming. It is Maryada Purushottam. So first the line of Maryada in everything. In how we think, how we speak, how we behave, what we eat, how we dress up, how we live, how we earn. Everything has to be in that circle of Maryada. Socializing needs to go back into Maryada. It needs to go back into Maryada. Yes? Yes or no? Party should be an energizer, not a depleter. It should be an energizer, not a depleter. Your party vibrations are opposite of this energy, right or wrong? Yes? So how can they be a de-stressor then? How can they be a de-stressor? They're a bigger depleter than 5 days of work. They are a bigger depleter. Today's socializing and partying is a bigger depleter than 5 days of work. The vibration is not right, the food is not right, the dressing up is not right, the drinking is not right, the conversations are not right, emotions is a different energy altogether, the sleeping time is not right. Everything is a depleter. Everything. So definitely on the next morning of your party, you are at a lower energy of what you were on Friday evening. So that's things need to change. We can't continue. But we say, but everybody's partying. But let everybody party. No, it's not about them. We don't have to change people. I will only change myself. And it doesn't mean we don't have to party. Please party. Healthy time, healthy food, healthy drinks, healthy conversation, party. Let everybody go home energized at that end of that party. We're only getting influenced by other cultures, crossing our Maryada line, and that is depleting soul power. And then we're saying everyone is doing it, so how can I not be a part of it? This is the biggest thing. Seeking public approval. I have to do what everyone is doing, only then I will be included in that. Everyone's doing their karma. I'm only copying their karma and creating my karmic account. So to be happy, we need to be powerful, and to be powerful, we will have to stand on the right even if we are alone. Even if we are alone. That power is the most important power needed now. So let's sit back 1 minute in silence again. And when you empower yourself and strengthen yourself, your parenting will shift from fragile to energizing. Energizing. Your relationship will shift from attachment to empowerment. And this is not theory. This is practical lives, practical families who've gone through lots and ups and downs, but they have come out victorious from there only because of the power of detachment. Who have pulled out their children from deepest crisis only because of the power of detachment. It is to be lived to believe the power of detachment. Bring your attention again to the center of the forehead and see yourself. I, the soul, am on a journey. It's my journey with my karma and my sanskar. I am with each one as a part of my past karmic account. And my role with every soul is to radiate power, to radiate that unconditional acceptance and love, which is my nature. It's my nature to be a giver. My every karma is right. I bend with ease. I don't hurt, and I so never need to forget and forgive. It's my nature. I understand they are a soul on a journey. They are different from me. I am different from them. We are both right and different. If they are carrying any trauma, any emotional pattern of the past, I, the powerhouse, am there to heal them. Their behavior does not create pain in me. My power heals their hurt. I am detached. I am the giver. From today, I prioritize energizing myself. It's not being selfish, it's for being selfless. I'm doing it for myself, I'm doing it for them. I'm going to create this power which they all need. It's my karma responsibility. I am the powerhouse. As we walk out in silence, we will receive prasad, which the sisters have cooked for us with lot of love and in a state of meditation. We will also get a little booklet, I think, yes, on meditation, and also a leaflet which will share with us the details of the Raj Yoga meditation program. Sister Shilu, who's a very senior sister of the Brahma Kumaris and stays at the headquarters ashram in Mount Abu. She's reaching your city tonight, and she's going to be conducting this Raj Yoga meditation course from the second to the 5th. Sister Gangai? Sorry, I have it. Yes, 2nd to the 5th, sorry. 2 timings, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. or 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. One of the 2 time slots we have to choose. 2nd to the 5th, and it's at the Raj Yoga Meditation Center. I think everyone knows the center where the lotus is there. Again, the opportunity to be in a higher vibration space and to learn that powerful method of meditation over a period of 4 days, an hour every day. So 2nd to 5th of July, we choose one of the 2 times, either 6 a.m. or 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. How many of us are ready to commit that 1 hour for 4 days for ourselves? For myself, yes. So while you're walking out, you'll get that leaflet, but please remember to take the prasad and the blessing card. We can start walking out in silence. Absolute silence till we reach home. Carry this power with you, take it home.